What's up, Tom? Yeah.
Hey, Colonel Darlin.
Hey,
What's up there? Who can't see me?
oh, I can see you.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Well,
I
how come I
can't.
can't see myself? God damn it!
Uh, I can tell you. Hey, Colonel. I mean, Sergeant Major, you still on the phone?
Yeah, I'm here. I can see you.
Okay. Well, I've got Sergeant Major on the other phone, and he's not really computer literate, and he's having problems. So I try to walk him through it, and so I'm talking to him too. Hey, Johnny, did you?
I can always go to my phone.
Uh,
Because,
okay,
yeah,
Colonel, can he go to his phone and use it? Because he's set up on his phone.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah, go to your phone, Johnny.
yeah, I'm almost there now.
Okay.
Colonel Hancock, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, Tom.
Oh, great, great.
Colonel Hancock.
No,
Uh,
you people look old.
Huh?
Just saying,
I'm really old.
you fucking looking like dirt there, First Sergeant. You too, Hagedorn.
Are
I'm
you?
having a good day. Every day's a holiday.
I wish. I'll tell you. I'm just trying to stay alive right now. Johnny, are you in on it yet?
not yet.
Okay. Do you know what you're doing now?
Yeah.
Okay. Shall I hang up?
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Something wrong with
Don't hang up.
Yeah, don't hang up. Don't hang up.
He's jumping around. He said.
uh,
Okay. You have the code and everything, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Rick, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
We're just looking like we're 20 years older. In fact, we're about,
Or 30 or 35.
I got a. Can you see that? That's above the rest here on my shit here.
That's nice.
Hey, Sergeant Major, they're waiting for you.
No, don't hurt him. He can come in whenever he wants.
I used to know how to use Zoom. It's been so long now that I gotta. All right, there it is.
I've never used it before. Never heard of it.
Oh, really? Down in the pandemic? Yeah, we used to do some family and some high school, some school buddies.
Yeah. Well, since I moved up to the mountains, I really haven't spent a whole lot of time with computers and all kinds of other stuff anymore. So
That's better for you.
yeah, it
It's
is.
a lot healthier. Tom Guliff, look at you. How you doing, brother?
Good, good, good.
Been a long time.
You bet.
Did you see that stuff that Hagedorn sent out about them going up to see Sergeant Levesque's resting place?
Oh, I've not seen that.
It did a great. It was him and another from the mortar platoon, but Hagedorn has done a great job of staying in touch with Sergeant Levesque's family. You know, he passed away. Well, Rich, you're right there. What can you give us a quick update while we're waiting for the Sergeant Major?
When we did the flag folding ceremony at Campbell a few years back, and the sergeant major and everybody was all there, the family watched it live on Zoom, similar to this. And the family, they said that there was not a dry eye in their family living room watching sergeant major right there. Everyone, we folded the flag, everything. Said what you guys did for you veterans, the people that Sergeant Lebec was a part of. What you guys did, we'll never forget it. So when I went there, because we were going to Lake Winnipesaukee, New Hampshire, for a little small reunion.
Yeah.
The mortar platoon is very, very close together. Eric knows that. You know, we all stick together and everything. Well, we're going to be in Massachusetts. We might as well stop by and see the Lebec final resting place. Well, Mrs. Lebec, she says, you guys, in our prayers all the time, you guys were very proud of you. She knows everyone, like Eric Glenn says, knows everybody by name. And
Wow.
even the sergeant majors, the brigade sergeant major right there, everyone just proud of us. And What happened? We lost everybody.
No, we're still here.
I'm still here.
I can see you and hear
So
you.
yeah,
partner.
it was pretty cool. It was great.
Sergeant Vleck was awesome. He was excellent. I don't. He was just a very good guy. Oh my goodness.
We're back.
Yeah. Because I think when I had the mortar platoon, I remember George Glaze talking to me about him, but I think you had him, or he had you before
No,
that. So everybody talks about like, hey, the best job in the battalion. I mean, you're taken care of.
that
totally
dude. That dude carried me. That dude. I
Yeah.
mean, well, everybody I ever met or ever served with carried me. I was the
Right.
weakest link, but that guy was. Oh my goodness, he was great. And I'll tell you what, Eric, I think I did tell George that I was so angry that I didn't get the scout platoon, and I think Jerry would probably attest to some of this too, because knowing him. But I was so pissed off. Crawford got it. I was like, "Fuck this stuff. Fuck the Army. Fuck everything." Okay, so Hodges comes to me and said, "Well, you're going to get the mortar platoon," and I was like, "Mortar platoon? What the shit is it?" And
What the hell is that?
my God, it was the best job I've ever had in my entire life. So that just goes to show, things that you wish for maybe shouldn't come true, because Crawford did not have. I mean, I'll let him speak for himself. But the scout platoon had some issues, and the mortars were. I can't say enough good stuff about that team. Oh my goodness. Oh
Yeah.
Oh, let me get the
But
president. Go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to take over the Zoom. I just had to. I remember you talking to me about that, and I didn't know if you'd seen that. That a bunch of the guys have really reached out to his family because he made such an impression on so many soldiers and NCOs and officers that it's great to see that Rich has really done a great job in keeping contact.
Yeah, he was solid gold, that's for sure. Yeah. So I'll put the presentation on. I see most of you folks. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Tom, just hold on for just 1 second. Hey, Butch, do you have a sergeant major on the line there?
Yep. Hey, Johnny, Sergeant Major,
Yeah.
are you on yet?
No. My phone is jumping around for some reason. Everything is coming up.
Butch?
Yeah.
Just have Sergeant. We can fucking make the comms work here. We always make comm shit work. Just hold your phone up to the computer.
Where's
And
Captain Lee?
Where's
Tom?
Tom?
God damn it, I'm talking. So when Tom puts up the slide, I'll read it to him, okay?
Okay, what do you want me to do now, Colonel?
Just let the sergeant major listen in. On you put your phone up to the computer.
Okay.
Hear it. Just tell him you're going to do that.
Hey, Sergeant Major.
Lances, quit fucking around.
Like a Singars. It's like a Singars.
Sergeant Major. I lost him. Wait.
Can you guys see that?
That's cool.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get this.
Esposito.
Hi, can you guys see that?
Okay. He's trying again right now. So
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Colonel Hancock, can you see that?
I can.
Okay. Well, welcome everyone to Command Sergeant Major's Riley's birthday Zoom call. I think he's 120 years old today. I'm not sure, but appreciate everybody coming on this call. We thought we'd give a little presentation and an update on the book, and also just give an update on everyone else. But certainly we're going to try to highlight Command Sergeant Major through the excerpts in the book. I can just tell you the book, from what I've read in the manuscript and everything else, you guys are going to be very, very proud of this. This is the first time I started getting parts of it and the draft of it. Jerry and Colonel Hancock, I said, this has got to be a movie. And I think once you read it, you're going to agree with me. You're going to say, this is crazy. But 90% of the book, I had no idea about. I knew nothing about what was going on behind the scenes. And I think you guys are going to be very, very proud of the book. If you see the front cover, it's a little bit going to be changed from the publisher. The title will be, but I think the photograph and the photographs that are in the book and then going to be in the back of the book, I think we've picked out, or it's just picked out some really great photos. But that first photo on the cover is just, I mean, that encapsulates a lot about what the book is. So we've changed the nearest title is going to be Desert Storm and How Two Intelligence Analysts and an Infantry Battalion Changed the War in Iraq by Colonel Retired Frank Hancock. There's about 30 or 40 authors to this, and it's well done. It is really, really well done. So we're going to share a couple excerpts from the book, about 7 of them, or 7 or 8 of them. There's also about a 30-minute time limit on this call. So if you want to bullshit afterwards, that's fine, but we may get cut off. So we'll go to the first slide. Colonel Hancock said he would narrate most of this. So here are these are actual excerpts from the book. So here we go.
Yeah, okay. So what we did was we said tell the truth and talk out whatever it's your story, right? So this one was about Sergeant Major from me, and it says the battalion was most fortunate to have, in my opinion, the best command Sergeant Major in the 101st Airborne Division. Sergeant Major Nichols, I didn't know you that well. My command Sergeant Major was Johnny Riley. Riley was the best soldier I ever served. This is all true. I served with in 30 years in the Army. Sergeant Major Riley possessed in the battalion about 3 weeks before we deployed. He was a Vietnam veteran who distinguished himself with the 173rd at the Battle of Dak To, and I would find out about that years. He never talked about it 25 years later when I was reading 3 different books. They said what a badass he was. He had 2 nicknames, Bat and Rock. And this was the point of this one right here. I said, you can meet people and forget people, but no one who ever met Sergeant Major Riley would ever forget him. But that's the truth, right?
That's for damn true.
Oh, shit, fuck, this guy's a badass. Yes, he was. With his tip, and he didn't even have to.
He still is.
He didn't have to stretch anything. It was. All right, next slide. That's the day before, somebody had that sign that said, next stop, Iraq. And what I like about it is like, oh, okay, fuck, here we go. And there's Sergeant Major Riley reading the newspaper, just, has his combat face on and all the shit. Toilet paper and wind blowing in our face. And I'm going, yeah, okay, fine.
That's the battalion headquarters right there.
Toilet paper, right.
Okay, this is Tom Gulick.
Yeah, this is one of my narratives, and these are all. This is all in the book. This is not stuff we just made up. Well, I might have made most of some of my stuff up, but this is all excerpts from the book. So throughout the book, and I don't know how many pages we're at, 330 some pages, 118,000 words. But with respect to the non-commissioned officers, the battalion had a ton of professionals, and it started with the command sergeant major. Lieutenant Colonel Hancock not only respected Sergeant Major Riley, but he liked him. He trusted him. Every officer knew their success was based on their NCO's success. And that was it. And that comes out of an excerpt of other things that are tied to that. It just doesn't come just as a single shot. There are things that are attached to most of these, and a story, and also the storyline of Colonel Hancock. So, all right, here we go.
Nick back to Tisney.
Yeah, this was Al Gills. He said the battalion really took on a very different persona after his arrival. Looking back, I know we were fortunate to have Colonel Hancock as a battalion commander. No shit. But his command sergeant major, Rock Riley, was a leader of character as well as a seasoned combat veteran of several tours in Vietnam that everyone respected. Okay. This was John Chappell. Chappell wanted to be on the call tonight. He couldn't be because he had a guest. He says his hellos. He said Sergeant Major Rock Riley is the best sergeant major that I've seen in my limited years of service. He's got the respect of all of us and just what the battalion needed on this deployment. Okay? And there's the battalion staff. Gulick, Sergeant Major Riley, looking like he could kick all our asses in one fell swoop. Chappell, MC, Delgado, Chris Reed. legend. From Chris Reed. He ain't on here, is he? Okay, fine. You want to read it, Jerry? You read it, Tertechny?
All right, sir. Hey, next, Command Sergeant Major Riley stepped forward. The Rock Riley was a legend. He was one of the few Vietnam veterans in the battalion. He had served in the 173rd Airborne Brigade and had been at the Battle of Dak To, one of the largest battles of the war, and one in which the 173rd had sustained severe casualties. He stepped forward and stared at the assembled company. He was quiet for a second and then said, "Combat soldiers, I know you will all do your duty. And remember, dying can't be all that bad because a lot of people have already done it."
Yeah.
Man.
A lot of people remember that goddamn quote. That was the best quote of the whole 10 months or whatever we were over there, right? 8 months, 9 months. Okay, this is Jesse Hernandez from Alpha Company, 3rd Platoon. He said, we all weighed ourselves in our rucks. I don't remember the exact weight on my ruck. I have it written down in my journal. I would write my the daily activities close, if not over 100 pounds. Yeah, it was over 100 pounds. The speech from Sergeant Major Riley was inspiring and made all of us feel bulletproof. But his closing speech brought us all back to reality. I think that's the, hey, dying ain't bad, everybody does it. Okay, Tom.
Sergeant Major, you listening? Can you hear this? Okay, good.
Okay, this is Stan Bonacci. Is Stan on here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, read it, Stan.
Let's see. I got the gun to the front and had it set up. We're talking about the 81s. I can't remember what happened after that, but bullets were whizzing by, and Command Sergeant Major Riley was yelling at us to keep our asses down. Someone yelled out, "What about you, Command Sergeant Major Riley?" Riley was practically standing straight up. And I remember that. Command Sergeant Major replied, "I'm so mean, these bullets are scared of me." That was fucking awesome. Yeah, I remember that. I'll never forget that.
When you read this book and you place those excerpts where they are, it is a great read. I am telling you, the stories that go back, and this is just one, and I'd say character, but this is like just one character in a book of many characters. So let's go to the next one. There you go, Jerry.
All right, resourceful. While all this was going on, Command Sergeant, okay, this is when we were trying to count POWs down on the LZ. While all this was going on, Command Sergeant Major Riley rolled up in a cloud of dust with a few Humvees loaded with concertina wire. In his typical low-key voice, he said, "Hey, sir, looks like you could use some wire." What a funny guy! Right where he needed to be, and exactly what we needed. We got together with the soldiers in the area, made a large concertina wire pen for the prisoners, and then he stood there and watched as we counted them in. So.
Yeah. Hey, John Santini, you want to read this one?
Can Santini read?
Even after so many years, Tertechny's still a dick.
We're still dicks.
Is Santini on?
I saw him.
He's on mute. John, you're on mute. Plus,
Good
you got she, her on the thing. What
All right,
is
here
that?
we go. While we were talking, the battalion Command Sergeant Major Johnny Riley walked into the tent. Lieutenant Colonel Hancock introduced me to Command Sergeant Major Riley, and without missing a beat, Command Sergeant Major Riley said to me, "Lieutenant Santini, we have a very important mission to accomplish, and now that you are here, we can get it done." That simple statement absolutely blew me away. In a few short moments, the two most important men in the battalion had immediately made me feel like a valued member of the close-knit 1st of the 327 and reduced my apprehension of being sidelined and shunned by the unit.
Man, when I first read that, I got goosebumps. I was like, "Oh my God.
Yeah.
What kind of person does that? And what kind of team does that?" That was awesome. Here we go.
Okay, reliable. Before we moved out there, this was after we had taken down the trench. Before we moved out, there was one more wrinkle to take care of. Over the radio, received a sit rep that an Iraqi tank unit was being pushed to the east by the 6th French division. Their path appeared to be headed toward our perimeter. Sergeant Major Riley heard the same transmission and said to me, "Commander, I will take care of it." Next thing I know, Riley rounded up 4 tow vehicles and headed to the west to set up an early warning screen line for our perimeter. Problem solved. There was a reason why Sergeant Major Riley's nickname was Combat. The shit, he said, "I got it," took 4 tows and went to the west, didn't ask permission, just said, "Fuck it, I got it." I go, "Okay, we'll go make it happen." So anyway, that was, I remember that because I go, this is a major problem. Okay, this is Bill Reister. If you guys don't remember Reister, he was the battalion Air Force liaison guy. He said, when
I think he's on.
Is he on? Is Reister on?
He was.
Yeah, he is.
I see
Yeah.
him.
I can see him.
He's
Can't
muted.
hear him.
Hey, Bill, unmute yourself.
Alo's lost some of his communications abilities since back then, I guess.
That motherfucker could bring in Air Force, though.
Hey, Reister, answer the fucking radio.
Shit never gets old.
Hey, Bill Reister. God damn it. Okay. When Sergeant heard me giving clearance to strike, he came over and stood by me, took off his helmet, and stood arms outstretched facing the strike zone. This is when the 2,000-pound bombs were coming in. And Lee. Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I got
Lee.
Switch on.
He just woke up.
He comes over, he stands there, and we're watching as the shockwave comes across the desert at us. But when he did it, he just grinned at me and took his helmet off. And I go, "Okay, I'm in, whatever it is." And he just goes and stands there like this with his, and leans into it. And here comes that shockwave across the desert at the speed of sound. And just hits you in the chest like somebody's slapping you hard. It was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But that wasn't the funniest thing he said to me. The funniest thing was when I first met him that first day in that first briefing, you guys met me all. And before we ever started, I had no idea who he was. And he just walks up to me and he looks me in the eye and he goes like this and he goes, "You've seen a little, haven't you, Air Force?" And I'm just going, look at his eyes and they're like dark as coals. And I'm going, crap, I don't know where you've been. It scares the hell out of me.
Sergeant Major is on.
Sergeant Major is on.
All right.
Hoo-ah!
Where is the Sergeant Major?
Right there he
Oh,
is.
shit.
Sergeant
Oh,
Major.
sorry.
is.
Damn. Hello.
Hey, Colonel Hancock, you want to give an update of just probably a synopsis of how you started it? I'll take, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, just how you started it and then the progression of where we're at today, and then probably where you think we're going to be in 2025 with the book. I'm assuming.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Tom? Oh, okay, fine. So we're about 2 weeks from turning it in. That's the manuscript and the photo. And for anybody who's thinking about writing a book, don't do it. Too fucking hard. I told everybody I could do it. That means if I hadn't thought through this fucker, I'd have said, "Fuck this shit. Let somebody else do it." Anyway, it's almost done. ABD, almost done. Right. So all the people on here have helped me out. Right. You, Jordan, you, Mike Kloppenberg, Jesse Gonzalez, you, Sergeant Major Nichols, you, Rich Hagedorn, you, Butch, and you, Sergeant Major Riley. You looking good. Right. So that's about where I assume it'll come out sometime in 2025. Is that your picture, Butch?
No, this is a picture that was taken with
you
Riley.
Nice.
You and Sergeant Major.
After
Damn.
Storm,
You were
made this, got it made for him.
Well, that's where we're at, Tom. We're close. We're real close. We're in hand grenade range of getting this thing turned in. Hey, Sergeant Major Riley, you got anything to say?
I just want to say thank you, all you combat heroes, for helping me celebrate my birthday. It's a joy to see all your handsome faces. Um, I'm waiting for your book to come out so I can read it. Well, I just say thank you. You're my heroes, all of you. I think the next one we fight might be in our own hometowns. I don't know.
Combat, you're looking good.
Well, thank you there, Robert. So are you. You're looking good too. We all a little bit older, but we still here. Thanks be to God, and thanks be to this great nation that the Democrats are trying to destroy. But we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. Colonel Hancock, what can I say? You're a great commander, you're a great man, you're a great husband, you're a great father, you're great in all categories. And what a way for a man to end his career in the first of the 327.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm just glad that we all came together. And yeah, thank you for helping me celebrate my 80th day of living on this earth. Never thought I would live this long. It was by the grace of God I'm still here.
Hallelujah.
Happy birthday, Sergeant Major.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sergeant Major.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday,
Truly
Sergeant Major.
appreciate all of you. I do.
For everybody on
Major,
here, just Johnny, to give you a heads up, let everybody on here know, when you reported in the brigade, you come into me with a duffel bag and your fatigues and said, I'm reporting for duty, 1st Battalion. And I hand you my truck key so you get in process. And I said, we're leaving in a week. And by God, you made it.
Yeah. Thanks. I always remember that, Nick. Always remember that. Man, you're a special guy. You're a special guy.
Sergeant Major, do you still carve? Are you still a carver? I'll never forget the special carving you did for Saddam Hussein. Do you remember that?
No, not really.
Hey, that almost got me fired. Just a second.
Yeah, I don't. The dildo did not make it in the book. At least the edition that I've seen, the dildo did not make it into the book. So
certain things you want to forget. That was an ass chewing I didn't like.
We'll have to take that offline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sergeant Major, I wanted to thank you for a number of years. That story that I tell about you taking your helmet off and just putting your arms up and getting ready for the blast wave, the Mark 84s. That's been the best story of everyone that I've ever told of all my war stories. Everybody loves it. It's better than Apocalypse Now because it was real.
Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sergeant Major, I remember when you first came into the battalion, the rest of you probably haven't heard this, but he took all the enlisted people down to the field and gave a big speech. And at the end of the speech, he wanted to let us know that he was actually Superman. And after we got back from Iraq, I don't know if you know it, but his wife got pregnant. And I remember my wife saying to me, because she knew the story, and she looked at me and she said, you know, I think he really is Superman.
Yeah. First on Bush Warrior and I, we're best friends. Yeah. We used to have coffee together and get some coffee, and then he moved out into the mountains. So I went out to visit him. It's a beautiful place. I enjoyed it, Butch.
Yep, I appreciate you coming.
I have a lot of love and respect for you too, there, Mr. Sawyer. Colonel Hancock, I can't say enough about you.
Sir. Can you?
As Commander.
Well, that's fine. Hey, Major, let me tell you what. There.
Yeah, you truly the great one, sir.
I was the luckiest bastard going. These people were so good, right? From Jesus over there to Stan. I mean, you guys, if you read the stuff that me and Tom and Jerry have seen, right? Like 75, Tom said 90, about 75 to 80%. I didn't know this shit, right? I didn't know that everybody was going through these many trials, obstacles that you were overcoming, right? And I'm just up there, thinking everything's going good, and sometimes it wasn't, sometimes it wasn't. So thank you guys. So like I said, you were the baddest ass person I ever met, and it wasn't close. Well, if I can know, you think about, okay, who's the best soldier I ever knew? It's Sergeant Major Riley, right? And you were my Sergeant Major. You walked in there, like Sergeant Major Nichols said, with a week to go, and then you stand up, and then everybody respected you because of your competency. And like I said, what nobody knew, I didn't know, is that you did all this stuff in Vietnam in Dak To with the 173rd. I mean, it's unbelievable shit when somebody gets that much press and you're a staff sergeant. And everybody's talking about you, and you're a mortal platoon sergeant, right? And everybody says this and that, and you're going, well, he's a badass. Then you meet you, and like I said, anybody meets you can't forget you because it's kind of bigger. So happy 80th birthday, anyway. And for all you Bubbas, well, I don't see any Bubbettes on here. Bubba, oh, goddamn it, Al Gill just got on here.
Oh, sweet.
But thank Weldon Harris, I see you on here too. Thank you very much. Right. So all you guys on here, thank you for doing this for Sergeant Major Riley. Right.
Jose Delgado wanted to be on. He asked me to pass along his well wishes, but being up there in the government, he says they can't get the Chinese to leave him enough Zoom time for him to get on.
If you guys didn't know it, Delgado's like SCS 2000 or whatever the fuck it is in the Department of Justice. He's like a big shot, right? I think
Distributing justice.
Yeah, no, whatever.
Let's not get political.
In the form of a giant dildo.
Hey, Colonel Hancock, we'll send out the presentation. We'll have you send out the presentation, and then we're trying to record this, so we'll try to get a link out to everybody who wants to see themselves again or see the presentation. But hey, the book is going to be awesome. I'm telling you. I know I'm a hype man on this, but it is going to be awesome. You're going to be so proud of this book, and everybody who contributed to this. It is good. It is very good.
Just and I'm gonna shut up just because it's interesting as shit for me, right? Because I'm learning stuff, but it's the first time they ought to take the honesty. They ought to take this down to the infantry basic course and to the intelligence basics course and say, read this motherfucker, right? Read it, right? So you don't have to be stupid, all the way up to captain, or just, you don't have to be. Read this and see what all these people went through, right? Like Dave Esposito, he gives some great shit about him showing up. Same thing with Santini. Here they go. They're fucking walking in, and we're saying we're going to war in a month. Get ready. Right? And the most interesting thing, this was John Santini. John Santini said, I cursed at him. Think this through. I had cursed at him I told him to get his goddamn helmet on, right? And it was the first time he heard me cuss. I'm going, he obviously hadn't been listening.
Brand new.
I'm thinking he had been in the battalion for a month, and that I'm just
newbie.
Yeah, but it's and I'll shut up. Interesting.
Hancock uses fuck like punctuation, man. Give me a break.
Hey, Frank, I have a question, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Will the book have in there where you were able to move the landing zone in Cobra?
That's the part. That's the nexus of the book, right?
Okay.
Here's the interesting part. Two young kids. Gonzalez is 26, Delgado is 29, and they figured this out. Nobody told them to do it. They figured it out. Oh, okay, fine. So they come tell me in the middle of the fucking night. Oh, okay, fine. So I'm going to go up and convince somebody 48 hours before we go that we need to move this, and it's the largest air assault in the history of the world, and we're going to go in at dark, right? So Sergeant Major Nichols was in on it, and Delgado was in on it, right? Delgado says he pretty much I was going to get fired, right? Because I went totally disrespectful, right? So the next day, for whatever reason, and I always think it was Sergeant Major Nichols, his influence, we got to move it. In saying that, we land, we're about 2,000 meters from an infantry battalion dug in. And so Alpha Company is landing with about 60 people. So it's 60 against 344 motherfuckers in there with figured it out. And then the infantry battalion figured out how to beat them without getting anybody killed. I mean, it's a good. I mean, it's good from that perspective of not only did we have two thinking soldiers, but we had a bunch of folks who knew what they were doing. Bill Reister was one of them. Russell was one of them. Tertechny, Bravo Company, and Charlie Company. What were they doing? They were west because they were thinking they were going to get their ass running in the perimeter, and then Al Gill comes along and starts doing his stuff. Taking scouts, putting scouts on top of Humvees hoods, and going up to get a surrender. So that was this was the other part about the book. We're saying the Army of the 1990 Army was the best army the United States ever threw into combat. It's not close. It's better than the 1942 Army, certainly better than the 1917 Army, right? It was just the best army because it was so lethal. We were very well trained. All you fuckers were. Just saying. Kloppenberg was trained. Hagedorn was trained. Tom Evans knew his shit when we hit the sarin gas. Esposito comes in from the basic. He's ready to go to war. Same thing with Santini. Santini comes in and starts doing what he's trained to do. So I'm saying if the Army wanted to unfuck itself right now, they could go back to the 1980s, especially the late 1980s, and look how we did things and how we prepared and how we focused on lethality. So I'll get off the soapbox.
I would say this. Once you read the book, you're going to have to talk to somebody. I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to call Jerry. You're going to have to call Colonel Hancock. You can call me, but you're going to have to call somebody to talk through this. And not because it's not because it's traumatic, but it's because it's so many things being like pushed into this book that you're going to say, I need to talk to somebody. And you may have to call them 2 or 3 times. I can tell you, we've had tons of phone calls between us three. Like, oh my God, did this really happen? Did this? And then we got the perspective of the aviation units, FA. I mean, it was just a lot of, once you read the book, you're going to say, I need to talk to somebody. And feel free to call us anytime, or me or Jerry or Colonel Hancock, because you're going to say, holy shit, did that really happen? And then you're going to call us. So Jerry, would you agree with that?
We're running out of time here.
Yep, I'm sorry.
Absolutely. What he
don't
said.
Get cut off. I can tell everybody about one time I saw the warlord a little more nervous than he ever looked in the war. And that was when I went to visit him in Carlisle. And maybe it won't let me do it. No, it's
go ahead. I don't give a shit. Go ahead. I don't care.
Well, I was going to share a picture of the airplane that I flew into Carlisle, and I convinced the warlord to go up and ride it. It looked like about a little Mazda Miata, side by side like this.